The background on this is most people think of money as a pie. Like there's a certain number of dollars out there and how much of the pie are you getting. And so it ends up creating this thing where there's a bunch of battles, who gets more of the pie, and if you get some of the pie, then I'm not getting some of the pie, and then it creates this kind of stress around it. It doesn't really need to be there because money is really a circulatory system. The government issues it, the government gets it back out, everything's a flow. Money's a flow, and it's all on how you use it. You can set up a flow within the community as well, which is to say that if one of you is, like let's say you're a developer and you need some graphic design work, somebody else in this room is probably a graphic designer. Hire the other person in the room. They can then hire that SEO person. That SEO person then might need some development work, might come back and ask you. And at each step in that way, that same, say, $100, for however many hours of work that's going through, is income on your balance sheet. And it's an expense that goes on, a tax-deductible expense in many cases as well. And so that same $100 can bring each company up just a little bit. And so you can help your community by hiring the other people in your community. In reality, it's a little bit not as smooth and as clean as that. And of course, you're always looking for the chances when the money comes in. And this is really the key to the Startup Coalition systems as we've been sort of looking at them and discovering them. If we can set up the networks and know what needs to be done in the community, and then find just that one company that has enough going on that they can pull in some money and then start hiring other people in the community, then that one investment can now build up 3, 4, 5 different startups in the community instead of just one. Okay. But there's a problem, which is that if you, instead of hiring your developer friend here, go to Odesk, hire some cheap people off from a Russian site or Brazil, and we see people like sinking $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 on these offshore sites, getting back really crappy code that doesn't run. They're have headaches galore. When you do that, watch out, because that's when the money disappears from the community. And when the money disappears, startups die. So what we're really trying to do is just get to ideas for how to get startups to be able to help other startups. And so we're collecting different coalition models and different ways of working together. So being part of the coalition, we found really comes to these first 2 questions. What do each of you need in your startups to grow? And what is it that you have to offer the community?
Thank you.
Sure.
So a lot of personal questions and all the other stuff, but he said a couple things that I think everybody should really take home. Startups helping startups is important, especially when you have a growing community like ours. And not only just, I hear us do this all the time. I just did it today. Hey, how's everything going at your startup? How's everything going with what you're doing? And I say, it's busy. I think we should go a little further, a little deeper, because we all have something to offer each other. So don't be afraid to be honest about where you are, because that's how people can really help each other.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I know we go to the startups down there, it's the usual pat answers, but some of us discovered that when you said, well, I'm having problems because I can't get over this hurdle. And a lot of people are afraid to say the things that are having problems because it looks like you're not doing so well, and maybe you're rockier than people think you are. And there's all these ego things, perceptions that we hold up. But when you break through those things and let other people know that you're struggling on a couple things, they'll let you know what they're struggling on, and then you start finding those connections.
Right. So I think the magic to that, though, is last point is don't just throw up all the stuff you think you need when you're not offering anything back, right? So it's horrible to walk up to someone and say, I need a logo, I need this, I need that, I need this. I heard you can do it. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you don't have anything to contribute back that adds value to that person, be very conscious of that.